Hey guys, I'm hoping this will be a quick video, and your quizzes should also be pretty quick too. So, but this stuff is super important. Like I said, when we get to finding area and surface area and volume, we have to be able to find these missing side lengths. All right, so on triangles, if you know that the angles are 30, 60, 90, then you use those rules. Like this is the small, so this is the X. The medium is double, or not double, I'm sorry, is the same as the small. And then because it's the medium, you attach the square root 3 to it. The longest side is double, right? So that's if we have a 30, 60, 90. If you have 45-degree angles, so when you're doing the area problems, you're going to have to look and see what kind of triangle it is. Or if you're doing a pentagon, you got to see what angles that you are given. So on a 45, 45, these numbers are all the same. So if this one's X, this one's X, this one is X, they're all the same. Or 3, 3, 3. And then the hypotenuse just gets a little extra square root 2. Okay, so those are what we learned about the last 2 class periods. Now, what we learned about last time in class was something called trig functions. Okay, and this is my little helpful mnemonic. It's called SOHCAHTOA. So I always say that in my head as I'm doing the problem. SOHCAHTOA, SOHCAHTOA. All right, so if I were you, I would write SOHCAHTOA on a piece of paper that you are going to keep right in front of you as you are doing your math homework. SOHCAHTOA. All right, so I did give you a list of all the steps. Step 1 is always to circle the angle. By circling the angle, then it tells you where you are looking from. So on these 3 triangles that I have here, I don't have an angle, right? I do have the 90, but if I circle the 90, am I going to be able to tell which leg is the opposite and which one's the adjacent? No, because both of them are adjacent. That one's right next door, that one's right next door. The hypotenuse will always stay the hypotenuse, right? It's always the side across from the 90, so that's fine. Okay, but if we circle the 90, we cannot tell which is the opposite and which is the adjacent. So we never circle the 90. Okay, so we always have to circle one of the other angles. Now, it depends on which angle I give you, right? So like over here, if I tell you this angle is 25 degrees, right, 25 degrees. Obviously, then I would know that the other angle is 65 degrees. So if you wanted to, you could go ahead and write in the 65. Okay. Now it's up to you which one you want to circle. Okay, so you can circle either the 25 or the 65. I will do it both ways. All right, so if I circle the 25, all right, which side is going to be the opposite? Well, it's going to be the one all the way across, so this would be the opposite. All right. Now, the one right next door, the one adjacent, would be this one. Okay. So, opposite and adjacent. So, labeling the sides are super important. Okay. All right, let's go back here. Now, what if I had decided to circle the 65 instead? So if I circle this one, okay, now which angle is adjacent? This one. So remember, when we had circled the 25, this side over here was the opposite, okay? But now if we're looking at the 65, now that's the adjacent side, all right? This side over here now becomes the opposite side. Okay, so it just depends on which angle you are looking out from. Okay, or where are you standing? All right, so let's try a few more here. So on this triangle, If I told you that this angle right here was 70 degrees, okay, then what side would be the opposite? Well, first, I guess I would probably always write in the hypotenuse. So the hypotenuse is always the one across from the 90. So the hypotenuse, okay? Then the opposite side would be the one across from the 70. So that would be over there. This is the opposite. Okay? And then this would be the adjacent. It's right next door. Okay? So, writing the ratio now. Okay? So let's practice writing the ratio. So on this third triangle here, let's say that this angle is 40 degrees here. Okay? And let's say I am trying to find this side over here because I want to find the area of this triangle. Well, I need to know the base and I need to know the height. So let's say that I tell you the base is 12. Okay? Well, if this was a 45 triangle, then this is 12, this would be 12, and I'd be good to go. Okay, but it's not. It's a 40-degree angle. So what I need to do is I need to circle the angle. Okay, now let's label the two sides. So the 12 is the one that is right next to the 40. It's attached to the 40. It's next to it. That's called the adjacent. Okay? The X is the one all the way across. So that one is going to be the opposite. I'll just abbreviate there. Okay? So now in our homework, okay, and what we're going to practice here in a minute is now we have to decide which ratio we want. Well, let's check it out. I have the O for opposite and I have the A for adjacent. So which one has the O and the A? This one has an O, but it has an H. So that one's out. This one has an A and an H. Okay, we needed O and A. All right, O, A. So that means we're going to use tangent. All right, so I'm going to write tan. Okay, we always write the angle next. And then we write the O, because the O comes first. Right, so the O is first. Well, what was the O? The O was the X. So the X would go first. And then the O is last. Or sorry, the A is last, right? So we got the O is X, the A is last, which the A is the 12. So the 12 would go on the bottom. That's the last spot. Okay? And that's all we're doing today is we are setting up the ratios. So in class, then we're going to learn what to do with that. Okay? But just for now, for lab, we're reviewing, we're practicing writing ratios. All you're going to do is set up the ratio. All right, so let's just look at a few more here. Okay, so again, step one, you circle the angle. Okay, and hopefully you guys are going to grab out that note sheet that I have it open in a tab, and it has the 4 steps. So step one, circle the angle. So in this case, we have the 65. Okay, step two, we label the sides. Okay, so across from the 90, this would be the hypotenuse. All right, and then how about this 10? Is the 10 next door to the 65, or is it across the triangle? It is across the triangle, so that means that's the opposite. All right, so now we're on to the step where we decide which one to use. Well, again, I would probably write my little mnemonic or have it sitting out next to me, SOHCAHTOA, right? Okay. So let's take a look at what I have. I have an H for hypotenuse and I have an O for opposite. So which one, so ka and toa, uses the O and the H? O and the H, we're going to use sine on that one. Okay, so I'm going to write sine. And my angle is 65. Okay, and since my little mnemonic says S-O-H, I want the O first. So my O was a 10. All right. Then my mnemonic says H. So my H comes last. So my H over here, the hypotenuse, is the X. Okay, and that's all we're doing. We're just writing the ratio. Okay, in regular class next time, what we will be doing is we'll be figuring out how to solve that. We'll figure out how long X is. Okay? All right, let's try another example here. Let's do number 10 here. So I'm gonna have to move my stuff down here. All right. So again, step 1, we circle the angle. So I got the 40. Okay. The X is the hypotenuse. So you could just write H if you want, or I always just write height. Okay. Now how about that 6? Is that 6 the opposite or the adjacent leg? Well, it's right next to the 40, right? It's right next to it. It shares a side there. So that would be the adjacent. Okay. So now we're deciding which one are we using. Are we using so, ka, or toa? Well, I have the H on the hypotenuse, so that means toa is out, because toa does not have an H, it doesn't use the hypotenuse. And I also know the adjacent. So sine uses opposite, cosine uses the adjacent. So this is the one that I'm going to use right here. All right, so I write down cosine. And then I write down my angle, so 40 equals. Then I write the A comes first, right? A is first in the ka. So my 6 comes first. And then the H, the hypotenuse, comes last. So my X is last. Okay. And then again, we will learn in class how to solve that, but for now we're just setting it up. Okay. So some of your questions on your quizzes will say, if you are given the opposite and the adjacent, which function do you use? Well, if I look at so, ka, and toa, which one uses the opposite and the adjacent? That would be toa. Right? Toa uses the opposite, the O, and the adjacent. Okay? If I said, which of our trig functions does not use the hypotenuse? Well, again, that would be toa. Toa does not use the hypotenuse. Okay? I think that's it. So hopefully this helps make sense, a little more sense. So right now you have a quizzes to go do. It's 20 questions. However, you guys, it should be super easy. It's all multiple choice. And you may do it as many times as you want to get the best score as you possibly can. All right. I hope you are doing well. Miss you guys. Take care.